Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Do it again. What? How about this hand? How about both hands? Welcome to the future of Star Trek.
We might want to mic. Should we?
Shabbat Shalom to you too. Shalom. Shabbat was yesterday. Who said Shabbat? That was yesterday.
Should somebody run out and check his mic?
Microphone?
It's all good, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much. Hello. The technology is amazing, isn't it? Welcome to the future of Star Trek, is what I said.
Quick way.
This afternoon, I'll be back here to talk about the new movie and to spend some time with Zachary Quinto. The young me. You've heard of Mini-Me. He's the young me. So what you're getting today is a Spock doubleheader. Okay, but now I get to introduce to you the Star Trek Online MMO video game. The fact is, my people on Vulcan have been playing this game for ages and loving it, but things do happen more slowly here on Earth. Star Trek went on the air in 1966. 1966. Many of you had not arrived yet. There were 3 seasons on TV, and we were canceled, and then the animation, and many, many reruns, and now, and then in 1977, I sat in a packed theater in New York, and I watched as a crowd cheered the first Star Wars film. And I thought to myself, I'm going to be getting a call from Paramount pretty soon. The call came, we made the first movie. And then we made 5 more with the original cast and 4 more with The Next Generation. More series, more captains, more crew, many Star Trek novels, many novels by Bill Shatner. Many novels by Bill Shatner. And a new and amazing movie to open next year. Yes. Yes. And we'll be talking about that. We'll be talking about that a little bit later. Zachary Quinto and I will be here to talk more specifically about that. And now, today, we welcome Star Trek Online, the game that gives the fans an entry in... Yes, applaud, please. The game that gives you fans an entry into the Star Trek universe in a way that's never been experienced before. For the first time, instead of being spectators watching from afar, thousands of players can step inside the experience and go where you've never gone before. To add your own stories to the Star Trek universe. In a new and exciting way, Star Trek lives. To give you the details, I'd like to introduce the Chief Creative Officer of Cryptic Studios. Cryptic is the creator of the hit games City of Heroes and City of Villains, and is currently working on Champions Online and, of course, Star Trek Online. So please welcome Jack Emmert. Here he is. How you doing? Can you get some pictures?
Yeah?
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 Shoot a picture.
Yeah.
You got it? Yes? Good.
Everybody good?
Okay. Jack Emmert, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you very much. So I'm going to put this down before I do some feedback to everybody. So thank you very much, Mr. Nimoy. You know, it's an amazing thing for me. Being a game designer, I grew up in a certain geek culture. And that geek culture started with Star Trek for me. Many, many Saturday afternoons, I sat with my dad on an old beaten-up couch in the apartment I grew up in outside of Philadelphia. my dad and I would watch reruns of Star Trek, and he would tell me about when he saw it when he was in college. And of course, he would fill me in on all the details because he'd seen all the episodes. And I was young. I didn't really know the whole storylines. I didn't always get everything or understand everything. And of course, that was the start. And, you know, Mr. Nimoy, as Spock, was just about the coolest member of the entire crew. Because he was a Vulcan, right? Yeah, let's hear it. The Vulcans were the coolest of all. They had the nerve pinch, the mind meld, they had everything. They were stronger than humans. They had this cool logic system going. And of course, as a young kid, I started thinking about alien races. I had to think, well, then there must be some out there like that. And because of the portrayal of Spock, that helped spark my imagination about what could possibly be out there in the universe. And, you know, as I got older, I realized, well, maybe or maybe not, they're alien races. But that was the start. And it sort of sparked me and introduced me to the world of science fiction. And all of that helped fire the imagination that I have to this day as a game designer and continues to fuel me. Now, I appreciate everybody coming out today. It's absolutely terrific that you turned up. And I also appreciate the thousands of people that are tuning in live right now via the web. So I can't wait because I'm about to reveal for the very first time real details on Star Trek Online and then introduce to you our very first gameplay trailer. Since our company's founding back in 2000, we had talked about Star Trek as an MMO, a massively multiplayer game, for those of you who aren't familiar with the acronym. And it was a fantastic universe. It came with a rich lore, a background, societies, conflict, fellowship, community, action, drama. It had all the elements of an absolutely terrific MMORPG. And we'd always talked, of course, about the amazing fan base that it has and how incredible it would be to take those fans and give them a world to play in. And when the opportunity came for Cryptic to obtain the Star Trek license, we leaped at it. I mean, without any hesitation. Because we knew how exciting it could be to be a Klingon, to be a member of the Federation, to battle the Borg, to go travel to Andor, to go through the wormhole. All of these opportunities we could actually bring alive. So let's get down and dirty and let's start talking about the actual game. Number one question I have been asked here at this great convention. So when's the game set? Is it in the original series? Is it in Next Generation? Is it going to be, which quadrant is it going to be in? Well, the game takes place in the year 2409. So that's about 30 years after Star Trek Nemesis. Now you'll find that the Star Trek universe has changed a little bit. Now there's still many familiar places, all the familiar races, all the familiar empires, but some things have turned around in there. Ancient enemies have arisen, friends have become enemies, enemies have become friends. In the coming months, we're going to be updating our website year by year, starting with 2380, then 2381, and so forth, to catch everyone up to date. That's www.StarTrekOnline, and you can follow it as we progress our storyline until the day we launch. Now, to give you an idea of how we're approaching the background of the game, we view the movies, we view the television shows as absolute canon. Those are law. We aren't going to change a darn thing. But what might surprise some of you, yeah, I hear some clapping. Yeah, that's great. We're using, obviously, they will serve as the primary resources for our storylines, our characters, our background, and everything. So you're going to see Bajor, you're going to see Vulcan, you're going to see Kronos, the Gorn, the Jem'Hadar, the Andorians, Tholians. So all the things you expect in Star Trek, you will get.